The morning Ethan first saw her, he almost didn't stop. He was late for work. His daughter's lunchbox had just spilled all over the hallway floor, and life felt like one long, exhausting race he never seemed to win. But something about the woman sitting alone on the cold bus stop bench, head lowered, hands shivering around a torn blanket, made him freeze. She looked like someone who hadn't been noticed in a very long time. And Ethan knew exactly how that felt. Before we continue this powerful story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Story Mountain, where every story reminds us that kindness still matters. For 12 mornings in a row, Ethan saw her, same time, same bench, same quiet sorrow in her eyes. She never begged. She never asked for anything. She simply existed there, like a fading shadow blending into the world. Ethan, a single dad raising his 6-year-old daughter Lily, had been through his own storms. His wife had passed away 2 years earlier, leaving him with grief, bills, and a little girl who still asked at night, "Daddy, when will mommy stop being an angel and come home?" So maybe that's why he couldn't just walk past the woman. "Good morning," he began one day, offering her a warm sandwich he had packed for himself. She hesitated, then whispered, "Thank you." Her voice, it was soft, almost apologetic, like she felt guilty for existing. Every morning, Ethan brought her tea, a sandwich, a scarf for the colder, sometimes just a smile. Lily asked one day, "Daddy, why do we help her every day?" Ethan knelt down and replied, "Because someday, someone might help us the same way." That became their morning ritual, that a small act of kindness in a world that often felt too loud, too fast, too cold. The woman rarely spoke about herself. All Ethan knew was, her name was Mara. She had no family left, and she was trying to get back on her feet. He never asked for details. Kindness shouldn't come with questions. On the 13th morning, Ethan and Lily approached the bus stop with 2 cups of hot cocoa. But Mara wasn't there. Instead, a black SUV was parked beside the bench. 4 men in identical suits stood tall and alert, and a woman in a gray blazer walked toward Ethan. "Are you Ethan Cole?" she asked. His heart jumped. "Yes? Is something wrong?" She stepped aside, and to his shock, Mara was standing behind her, but not the Mara he knew. She wasn't wearing an old blanket. She wasn't shivering or looking down. She stood straight, dressed in a clean coat, her hair tied neatly, her eyes brighter and clearer than he had ever seen them. Lily whispered, "Daddy, she looks like a princess." The woman in the blazer spoke first. "My name is Ms. Hartman. I'm Mara's attorney." "Attorney?" Ethan blinked. One of the suited men opened the SUV door like they were security for someone very important. Mara stepped closer. Her eyes glistened. "I owe you an explanation," she said. What she told him next left Ethan speechless. Mara wasn't just a struggling woman. She was the daughter of a wealthy businessman, a man who had passed away recently, leaving behind a massive inheritance. But after his death, a legal battle erupted that a corrupt relative gained temporary control of the estate and had locked Mara out of her own house, freezing her accounts. She had been fighting the case in court and losing, that she'd been left with nothing. "I didn't want to tell anyone," she said softly. "I didn't want help because of money. I needed help because someone cared." Her lawyers finally won the case that very morning. She now had her home back, her life back, her safety back, and the first thing she demanded was, "Take me to Ethan. I need to thank him." Mara knelt down in front of Lily. "You two saved me," she whispered. "You reminded me that even when the world feels cruel, kindness still exists." She reached into her bag and handed Ethan an envelope. He shook his head. "Mara, I didn't help you for—" "I know," she replied gently. "That's exactly why you deserve this." Inside the envelope was a legal document. Ethan's breath caught. It was a full scholarship for Lily, covering her education from kindergarten all the way through university. Lily smiled with her missing front tooth. "Daddy, does this mean I can be a doctor now?" Ethan felt tears fill his eyes. Mara placed a hand on his arm. "You gave me hope when I had nothing," she said. "This is my way of making sure your daughter never has to face the world alone." Before leaving, Mara hugged Lily tightly. Then she turned to Ethan. "Sometimes," she whispered, "the people with the least give the most, and the people who seem lost may just be waiting to be found." As her lawyers and bodyguards guided her back to the SUV, Ethan realized something. He had never helped a poor woman, he had helped a human being. And that was enough. That evening, as Ethan tucked Lily into bed, she asked, "Daddy, will we see Mara again?" He kissed her forehead. "Yes, sweetheart, because kindness always comes back around."